For example, this young lady right here, I can see the sweetness in her, but she even said herself, if she encountered a good man, she would rebuke him.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Classic Chick back with another video, and it looks like I'm going to be reacting to, I guess, feminists on a podcast. Listen, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm probably going to have fun with it because I'm not really with the whole feminist movement. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it.
Do you think that you're able to accept leadership and guidance?
Yeah, if it's coming from the right person, but
I notice there's often a caveat with you. There's never just yes, full stop. Let me ask you another question, just to see how you answer it. Are you able to follow directions?
yeah. I think I'm happy alone, honestly. I don't think I need a man. I would like a man if he brings something to the table to where I'm better off than I am alone.
You don't need a man.
No, I don't think I need a man.
Do you realize that everything you experience in society is because men make it safe for you?
I think women do too.
Or they make it unsafe.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
Just saying.
I think they make it unsafe, to be honest.
For sure.
You said you think men make
women
it
can
unsafe.
too.
Yeah, I've had
Women
a lot of
can
bad
also make
experiences with
things
men, so that
unsafe.
might relate.
You're saying men in relationship, you were in relationships with, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's due to your decision making. So what we really have to do is go back to the accountability. I'm not saying there aren't bad men. There's a ton of them. But we also have to consider there are probably women that are the same age as you who cannot speak to that same experience of having dealt with bad men. There's some women who say, all the men I know are good men. My father was a great man. My brother are great men.
Right.
I was introduced to a good man, and I'm married to him right now. And we have 2 kids. You know there are people with that story,
Yeah, I
right?
just don't have that experience personally.
Correct. Now, how was your father?
I feel like y'all also got to take accountability, like, for it, the way that y'all are. Like, I hate this whole feminist movement. I really genuinely do. I really hate it. I see the way that women are. It's such a masculinity, like, with women now, and it's like, oh, we don't need nobody. We don't want nothing from y'all men. Like, y'all got to do this, and that in order to, like, have me. Like, like, you making yourself the prize, and it's like, are you even worth it? Like, what do you do? And this is where Kevin Samuels, like, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, but this is like where he kind of thrives so much. It's just like, at the end of the day, all of these little podcasts now, you get a bunch of women, and it's like all of them think the same. Nobody has a brain. Nobody can think for themselves. Nobody has logical sense anymore. Like, what are we doing? How do we get here?
At this age, do you believe that if you encountered a good man, you would be able to recognize him and you'd be open to him?
No,
I
you would
think
not.
that it would be too scary for me, honestly. I'd be too scared to get, like, in a very, like, safe relationship, because then I could lose that. You know what I mean? So
You have an understanding of yourself. I respect
I
that very
do.
much.
And that is scary to me, and I don't think I could handle that mentally.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
it
love
is
your
safer for
honesty.
me to be,
protect
like,
yourself.
dating, you know, like,
Yes.
kind of just taking it easy and not really expecting anything.
Legalization.
And then
Most women are self-saboteurs, but they don't know it. Like, they screw themselves up and they don't know it. But you are actually aware that
I'm
you
very
are
aware.
almost scared of something that's good.
yeah, no, I am. I know.
love
I
that for
go
you.
after guys.
And often, well, which is probably why a lot of women, or most women, actually get into relationships with really good men, and then y'all mess it up. Or y'all mess up with y'all mouths, or mess up with your attitude, and again, this masculinity, because, like, some women just do not know how to shut up. Like, and you get into a relationship with a really good guy, and you actually mess it up, because of, like she said here, because of fear, or you not being taught properly growing up as to how a woman is supposed to act, how a woman is supposed to talk, and like, all of these things. It's just like, your upbringing has so much to do with how you are, and how the mentality that you have once you become a grown adult. It really does so much. And it's not to say that everybody doesn't see their childhood, or what they lacked, maybe as a kid or whatever, and they don't bring that into their adulthood. They grow, they elevate, and become better. But for the other side, the majority of people that we see, is just like, their childhood has so heavily affected how they are as grown adults. The mentality that they have, the way that they dress, the way that they think, and all of that. um especially within women, is crazy now. And it's just like you can see, even like I said, with all of these women up here, actually probably except for the one in the pink, all of y'all have lip injections, and I'm sure probably other surgeries. Do we love ourselves? Like, can we just be natural? Just use what God gave us? You know what I mean? Like, that's attractive. And I think in all reality, that's a lot more attractive to men, more than you would think. Now, granted, you may get a little, pimp or something, something on the side, that'll give you a couple stacks or whatever like that, and take care of you financially for a little bit, and he get what he get from out of you, and then he's, on to the next one, right? Because that's what you present yourself as. You're not presenting yourself as, say, wifey material. You're presenting yourself as, according honestly to your looks and the way that you speak and all of this, you're not presenting yourself as to be anyone's wife material.
Who I know it's probably not going to work out with, because I know how that ends.
Yeah.
If it's a good guy, that might work out, and that's scary because then I could lose that person,
Wow. That
was deep.
Yeah, I know.
Psychology major.
Dr. Fillmore.
There's also toxic masculinity. So you can attract the wrong.
No, there's nothing about masculinity that's toxic. In fact, everything about masculinity is what creates the foundation of society. Like, for example, you're from Brazil. I've been there many times. It's a completely morally decayed place. I've never seen a place where you have like 12-year-old girls in thong bikinis. There's no morality whatsoever in Brazil.
Wow, you said 12? That's
12-year-old children in thong bikinis. And it's like everyday stuff. And what's worse, even the 80-year-old bikinis, like they don't know when to give it up.
Dang.
And sex is such a sex driven culture that you have a whole butt surgery named after your country. That's embarrassing and despicable. There are such things as high cultures and low cultures. For example, American culture is in decline right now. That's precisely why we speak on podcasts like this, trying to offer some good knowledge. But often even people who need knowledge are fighting it. Like, for example, this young lady right here, I can see the sweetness in her, but she even said herself, if she encountered a good man, she would rebuke him. And that's why you got to be the super villain.
Which one said this?
In the pink.
In the pink. So wait, this was
Over smiling.
A little sweet face. I told her
Okay.
off rip, from the neck up.
From the neck up, she's
the
sweet.
The saint in the center.
That is a fact. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, you said that if you scare good men away. Say that again. What did you say?
I said that I would probably be scared of a relationship with like a really good man. Yeah, because
and the reason the reason why you're scared of that is because you know deep down in your soul that you don't deserve him.
Kinda, yeah.
Wow,
honestly, yeah.
wow.
Like, I don't want to say that because I feel like it's putting me down, but kinda, I think that is part of it. Like, I'm
facts.
not.
Yeah.
Like, what I'm noticing is that again, I believe she's the one, right? Like she said, she doesn't have her father in her life, but I believe there's a lot of issues that women have with self-worth. Kind of knowing who they are. It's kind of sad, and you kind of see the same trend, kind of with women today, with us women today. We don't really know our worth, right? And that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing not to know your worth, not to know who you are, right? Because then that leaves you, or it leaves someone else to come in and basically define, your worth for you, or to put a value on you for you. And that's not a good thing, right? And that can always be, manipulated, or that can always be taken advantage of by the wrong person. Now, granted, there are good guys, that come in and, is able to say, to change that, to be able to give the woman, a woman, the confidence that she needs, or to put a good value on her, to be able to change that situation around. Nonetheless, it's going to be a lot of work for him to do. It's going to be a lot of hell for him to go through to get her, number one, to break through those barriers and to get her to that point. But again, for the most part, in all reality, like, there are men that are going to take advantage of that, or, take advantage of you basically not knowing who you are and the value that you have. And because of that, it's just like, well, I mean, if you don't even know who you are, and you don't even know what your value is, it's like, how are you going to How are you going to demand something out of me? Or, you know, so at the end of the day, like, that's a major problem. And there's a lot of internal work that men and women, but I'm a woman, so I'm only speaking for women right now, right? There's a lot of work that us as women need to do internally. There's a lot of things that we need to work through. There's a lot of childhood traumas and different things that we need to really go through and really uh, tackle within our lives. And these issues are keeping us back from, so many different things, and, being able to function effectively in society, be able to function effectively in relationships, be able to function in friendships. Like, dealing with all of those things, it's like you're never going to get into in a relationship and have, say, a successful relationship, and definitely not a successful marriage, carrying all of these things on your shoulder. And then now you get into your marriage, and you think your husband is supposed to fix all and be the end all be all, and fix all your problems. And it's like, that's not fair to him. It's like there's things that he's coming into the marriage with as well. And it's like, yes, as the Bible says, the two have now become one. But it's like, before we even get to that marriage part, there's work that we need to do in order to make ourselves, to the best of our ability, whole as we can, right? So that we're coming into a relationship and we don't have to, like, hopefully you're not coming into a relationship and have to drag someone along. And hopefully you're not coming into a relationship and that person having to drag you along, right? And it's not to say that, you're definitely going to have those moments. And, especially in marriage or whatever, where, you're going to need, your wife, or you're going to need your husband to kind of be that rock for you, kind of drag you along and to pull you up. There's definitely going to be that moment. That shouldn't be the premise, or that shouldn't be the everyday thing of your marriage, right?
Deserve a good girl who I have a past, so I really do. I'm like, you know what I mean? That is
you
part
could
of it,
be a good girl, but
no,
a guy is going to, what's that?
I can be, but
right.
When I am, the guy goes for a bad girl and cheats on me with, so I'm like, I'm gonna just do me. Are you hung up on
cheat? Now we're getting deep here.
Let's not get into that.
Cheating matters to you?
I think that's also like the other reason why I like to be alone, because I don't like to have to worry about that, like the double standard of
let me help
being
you not
controlled,
worry about that.
But then the dude gets to do whatever he wants.
I got you. Let me free you of that. Say you get a great man and a good man, and he says, I'm with you till the end, as long as you're loyal, submissive, feminine, and obedient. And I would also like to have the same arrangement with this nice young lady here, who is not the same as you, but is just as good a woman and deserves a good man. You are now aware. Can we proceed?
Yeah, I would be perfectly okay with the honesty, because that is all I want, is like, like straight up.
And you
can we be friends? Like,
I hope you would be friends. In fact, I hope you would be family.
Yeah, that is something that I am open to. But the lying and like the gaslighting and stuff, that's not good for me. So.
Well, I guess there you have it. That's the end of the video. We're gonna go ahead and end it right there. I hope that you all enjoyed this video and this conversation. Again, I do believe there's a lot of work that we need to do as women, right? The only thing that we can do is to do better and try to be better. I'm definitely one that is very accountable. I take accountability, for my actions and what it is I do, how I think, whatever.
Music bed.
And I'm gonna stand on that. There's nobody else to blame for anything, right? I'm 33 years old, and you can't blame things from your childhood. You can't blame things from mommy and daddy 20 years ago, right? It's like we're grown adults now, and it's like time for us to to be honest, to get over some things and to really grow up, right? And to do the work, go to therapy, whatever it is that you need to do to be a good human being at the end of the day. And that's all I'm trying to do, is to do better and to be better at the end of the day. So hope you all enjoyed this video. And again, I'll be back with some more. Peace.